Good, everyone. Welcome to the L.U.V podcast. We got your host, L.U.V Jones here.
And it's your boy Drake.
And today we got very, very special guests with us, and we got the LBC team. What's going on? How y'all boys doing?
Man, doing well, man. Doing well.
Sure, man.
So I like it.
Yeah. For the people at home who may not know about y'all, how about y'all introduce yourself?
First off, my name is Charlie Williams, visionary of a brand called LBC.
My name is Drake, partnered with Charlie in like 2018. Haven't seen the vision grow since then.
So like, what is like LBC? Like, that's an acronym?
Yeah, acronym, stands for Legacy, Beyond Control, No Limitations on Your Legacy. You know what I'm saying? I came up with the brand, it was wild. Like when I was attending Fayetteville State, and I was like, that's when I was going through my adversity with football.
Right.
And it was like, all I kept hearing was like, yeah, you're a walking brand, and it was like, I gotta come up with something.
Yeah.
I always listen to like old school music, and it's like you see Jay-Z and them, they be having their brands, and it's like you always wanted to be different too. So I'm like, I can trance, I can dress and all that. So I'm like, man, I can come up with something.
Right. Yeah.
But I was at a game with one of my guys, and it was an old head. He was like, I said it on the album too. It was an old head. He was like, yeah, man, NBC. And I was like, what's that? Dude was like, niggas beyond control. I was like, okay, that's catchy.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I gotta throw something in.
Yeah.
At first it was levels beyond control.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, levels. I kept hearing that, but I was like, nah, that ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started reading a lot. Like I started reading the books. I was just trying to stimulate my intellect on everything, just trying to develop my own self. So as I was reading, it was like legacy. I was like, okay, that's definitely catchy, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, legacy beyond control. So that's how that came about, man. It stuck to it.
That's hard, bro. That's sure.
For sure. And it's cool to see that like you took, because you said you went through adversity with football, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later in the podcast. But the fact that you went from somewhere that you were like less stable to like finding yourself and finding something else to make you stable is like it's really cool, because a lot of people don't get that mental shift. Like once they go through adversity, it's like it's a wrap. Like they can never get past that mentally, that they messed up or they couldn't get to where they had to get to.
Exactly.
So kudos to you for
Yeah, man. It wasn't easy, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all in divine time. I always hit my adversity early.
right.
Even like since I'll say about 12, but you know, everything before that, it was like you was immune to it. That's just how the household was.
Right.
But man, as I grew, I took everything as a lesson. I really realized it until I got to college. Like hard times, it only make you stronger.
It really do.
Yeah,
It really do. And it get you differently also.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. I've been tuned in to you for a while now. And I was like, man, who is this, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was watching the videos, and I like the message that you put out too. Like it's always like a good message. You know, it'd be a training video, but it's like do more. You can push through that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And whether it's your clothing line, you know, your brand, it's always a positive message. So like, just seeing that, it kind of stuck with me, because that's exactly what I'm doing here. And it's like, bro, salute to you, and we from the same area.
Yeah, so that's even more like inspiration. Like, yeah, because it's like, you know, around the city, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Nashville, Rocky Mount, and it's like it's less of that. But I've been exposed to different, because I grew up in DC. I grew up in the country in Rocky Mount, so it's like I know how to adapt. But I also seen different than a lot of people in the city that haven't seen, and the people that's in the country that haven't seen the other side either.
Right.
So it's like, man, I had to find something, and I had to basically just to get my story. I always wanted to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't have to talk, my walk or my aura speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? So man, coming up with that brand, it was like, yeah, I gotta make it as a lifestyle. People like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? People speak like, yeah, it's a lifestyle, but are you actually practicing it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's people treat you almost like a god if you back and you follow your word. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually put an action into your word.
For sure.
Because everybody wants to do it, but it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta find more of yourself when it comes to that. So it's like that is your religion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you just gotta stick to the brand, man.
Yeah, man. If you don't figure out self, man, you can't go nowhere. Because it's like, what are you following at that point?
Exactly.
Like, what are you rooted in? Like, if you can't find your roots, you can't really like.
Exactly. You gotta, like they say, you gotta know where you from. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And you're not the first person I have spoke to about like the struggles with sports. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't play sports but only 1 year, so I ain't gonna consider myself an athlete. However, like my brother an athlete, and I'm surrounded by athletes. And when they talk about not being able to make it to the next level where they get an injury, it's a different kind of depression. You know what I'm saying? It's because they've been training their whole life for that one goal to get into the NFL or get to that next level. And when it doesn't come to fruition, they like, I don't know what else to do. Yeah, they crash out. So kudos to you to turning that into something positive, man. And I was gonna ask you, when did you start LBC?
I started, it was sophomore year. Like, man, he was my roommate. Like, he used to see me late nights. Like, bro, I'm going through and I'm calling my mother. Like, she like, you know, you gotta finish, but always school. You know, like the old saying, go to school, take care of your grades. But it was like, I know this is what I want to do, this is what I work hard for. So it was a hard thing to swallow. It was a hard thing to swallow, knowing that you work hard for something, you know you're not gonna get it. But just like my guy, he said, man, it's just like being in second place. A second place for a player, he worked as hard as the first place. So you think in the second place thinking he gonna get it, but nah, it ain't like that. But you know, it's always the last finish first as well. It's all about durability when it comes to a lot of that. Who gonna last the longest?
For sure.
Yeah, so it was like, man, the whole process, I'm like, I'm working hard, I'm out there in Fayetteville working hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm early in the meeting room. 6 in the morning. Like, of course we're gonna have our good times in college. But it's like, I'm so dedicated, man. I'm like, I got like an hour of sleep. I'm still waking up dedicated. Cause that was something that I love to do. That like football, man, I take it all the way back. Football really saved my life, bro. Like when I was 12, matter of fact 11 going on 12. Man, I was in DC, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like home too, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in DC. Man, I was facing charges hanging with the wrong crowd. I came back to Rocky Mount with my father who said, came back to Rocky Mount, and all I was hearing was like, I started focusing on football and I started tapping in more of my faith. I started playing football, and all I was hearing was positive, like, man, you really something. Because I really had a story. Like I came, soon as I heard I had a call, they were like, you get in trouble again, we're gonna take you back to DC. Man, I had to straighten up. It was like, man. So after that, man, I was hanging with the right crowd. I was really all to myself, but it was like football, school. It was like I had to focus up. So I got a deeper story than our average guy. Like, yeah, you know, I played since I was. I'm like, nah, I had a real deep reason. And basically, like football was my outlet. It's my therapy now. So people are like, man, they can see, y'all can see the passion in my videos, the passion in my head. So it's like, bro, summertime out here.
It's hot.
Yes.
You outside?
Yeah.
I'm outside.
Exactly. For real, like all season. Exactly. Like that's my getaway. Like that's my cardio. You know what I'm saying? Like just taking on to another level. But yeah, that was it. But just knowing that you're not gonna working hard and through that adversity, you gotta have a reason why. And it's like football was another stepping stone to allow me to go further into my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I really found my purpose. Like I challenge a lot of people to get out of their comfort zone, to be beyond themselves. And that's my purpose in life.
Right.
And I seen that, so that made me find more of myself. That made me be okay, like I'm at peace, even if I don't get further with playing ball, because I already found more of myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I like that. It's like, and when you stop attaching yourself to things that are like external and not like internal, that helps you also. Because like that's where people get like misconstrued. Like they'll play a sport and that's the only sport they play all their life, and then when their career over, it's like, now what?
Yeah.
Like you barely have a personality now. You barely have any relationships with your friends and like family because this is what you were focused on. You gotta root yourself inside yourself first.
You just can't put your eggs in one basket. Always
Exactly.
about balance. So I was always, man, since I was young, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be good even if, whatever. I'm gonna be good. Like I'm gonna be successful regardless. Because it started in the mind. So it's like, man, I don't need football, bro. But I love the game. I love the game. I love what came with it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that ain't my life. That ain't who I am. That's for sure what I do. But it's like, nah.
So who you are.
Exactly.
That's
exactly,
bro. Actually. That's what I do. It's not about him.
I've been seeing it since like high school. Somebody dedicated to something, but that's the only thing that they do, and they'll crash out. So like, back with what you were saying, you had turned it into something. You turned it into something positive, bro. You brought it back, and you started making the training videos, and like back when I said before, it's hot outside. It's like, and just seeing your dedication is like, I want like kudos to you, bro. Like, I definitely commend what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
So what would you like? What advice would you give to somebody that's trying to like find something similar to what you do? Like,
Man, I'd say tap in the inside, not the inside out. Tapping yourself from the inside out. Don't tap in the outside in. I always say, feed the soul, not your ego. That outside is the ego. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tap in something that's greater within you. So that process of tapping in was greater. You're gonna have to go through.
Yeah.
But you gotta surround yourself around the right variety that's gonna pick you up. Man, I go through a lot of stuff on a daily, you know what I'm saying? Every second, minute, hour, and every day. But it's the people around me, of course my faith, you know what I'm saying? But that leads to other angels, people along my path that's gonna pick me up. And I'm seeing signs every day. Like I'm in divine signs too. Like I'm seeing, like today before we went, man, I caught 11-11. That was like balance, like the determination, you on the right path. I'm seeing signs on the daily. So it's like that keeps my faith going, that keeps me optimistic through the hardship. I'm never panicked, bro. I never panic. Even if it's hard to not, because we're human.
Right.
But I can never get impatient when the success takes too long. That's what I gotta, like I said, durability.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I call that Spurs mindset. Hey, Pop ain't never gonna get his mind misconstrued. Like, he gonna always keep it together. So that's what you're
Rap. Yeah, it's man.
Like tapping in with yourself and really trying to find your higher self.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole purpose of lifting up vibration, like love. Like that acronym is tapping in with yourself, and because like you were saying, the outside is the ego. But you have to scrape that away, and you have to really figure out what's best for yourself, not your ego, not what's best for the flesh, but what's your soul purpose. It's too many like distractions out here that's throwing us off our path, and not a lot of people can find it, especially we all young. We found it at a young age. Like there's some people 30, 40 still
in their ways.
Yeah,
that's why I say you gotta surround yourself. If you're around people that found their purpose or on the road of that, man, I met so many. My mindset now, I meet so many people that want to do better, or they already there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, the law of attraction.
I was about to say, you already attracted it already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. You can't be out here trying to, guys are like, man, I ain't trying to do all that, man. I'm trying to go out, like, chasing the girls. Like, bro, like women, like, I'd rather have a soulful conversation. That's better than anything, better than the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, bro, you gotta tap into yourself. That's all. We all have a legacy, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's famous, you know, got the most famous legacy. Jesus, the prophets, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Malcolm X, all of them. It's all about your legacy. That's all I want, bro. Legacy beyond control. There's no limitations on your legacy. It's gonna live forever. Sure. We all have that's a purpose, and that's the most common thing. Mm-hmm. You gotta find it.
Yeah, gotta find it. Yeah. And once you get down the line, you'll be like, man, I wish I would've did that.
Yeah, see, like,
and it's always a perfect start now. But you don't want to be that dude like, man, I seen my bro doing this, I should have hopped on the wave, like I should have. But you surround yourself with those people, like you gonna have to realize, like you gonna have to find the positive people, or you gonna have to be that person for the people around you. And if they don't want to hop on board, like unfortunately you might have to make the hard step to like, you might have to distance ourselves. Like I still got love for you, but we can't be hanging out because that ain't the type of person I am. It's gonna take me back to the other person I used to be. So like finding that balance of uplifting yourself, and you have to tap into your higher self is what I call it. And you have to stick to your purpose, bro. Cause we went to the same school. I already like the distractions.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But you gotta know you. You gotta be strong, and you can't let nobody dangle down in your face. That's another part of selling your soul. That's what it is. 100%. And now you gotta cleanse yourself all over again. You gotta detox away from the temptation. Like just stay on the right path, and you'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? Just stay on the right path, bro.
Sure. Like, what are some of like the best resources that have helped you along the way, like books or anything?
Books, bro. Books, like you know what?
It'd be late at night. You got the audio book playing on the speaker.
Yes.
Had a whole like little library stacked up.
Yeah.
Books. Like, bro, like a lot of people, like I listen to music. That's really real. I'm listening to old school music. I'm listening to the 90s lyrical raps. Like, bro, like music, all this stuff now is so toxic, bro. Too toxic.
It's so toxic.
It
has no soul.
Yes. It's definitely feeding that ego. Yeah. The books that I read, bro, the first book that started my journey, by Robert Kiyosaki. Business of the 21st century.
Okay.
Yeah. That book, then I read Compound Effect from Jeff Hardy.
Alright.
Yeah. And what else? The Way of the Superior Man. Got it off of Nipsey Hussle. Like that book is like, it helps you, being superior. It speaks for itself. And High Performance Habits. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's so many books out there that I read, but I'm always educating myself. I'm always learning. It's that feel. I get a feel, man. I tap into myself. Like when I detox and all that, I can feel like it's time to grow.
Yeah.
It's time. It's a phase. It happens for me. Like I know so much of myself. Bro, it happens to me for like every year and a half. I feel the same way. It's like I need a new location. I need some more information. It's time to grow phases. That's why when people separate themselves from me or my lifestyle, I tell them thank you. Yeah. Because I know they was for a season. And I had to tap into that. I'm like, you ain't gonna be in this so long, so let me enjoy the ride while I is. But how my dominance is, I hold myself to a high standard, so it's like that, yeah. It's gonna rub off. Yeah, it's gonna rub off on them, and they gonna be like, I can't get around here all the time. It's like that. It's fear for them, but I'm already confident because I know what I want.
Yeah. So, and your good energy sometimes can rub somebody the wrong way.
Yeah, it intimidates them. It intimidates the weak.
Intimidation.
Yeah, it intimidates the weak, bro.
Some people just cut themselves off from you. Like, you know, you could be hanging with somebody and you just want so much on the positive tip that they just can't even get on that level. It's not because they're not trying to, it's just because they so won't even allow them to, because they got so much against them. They don't do too much. Like, yo, good energy, like, they gonna be trying to drain you too. And it's a lot of deep stuff, but like, we gotta get into it. Because some people are draining energy. They just like, like, you be around them too long, and next thing you know, I'm so sluggish because that person is transfer energy.
And there are people that I had to watch because I always want other people to. If I'm winning, if you're around me constantly, I'm gonna get you to win too.
Yeah, right.
But I had that was draining, bro. Like because it's like man, like
Can you like everybody baby?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
People and they don't even see it in themselves, and I'm like,
exactly. I'm putting more energy in you than you.
Yeah,
Like it's not enough, man. I'm not about to keep wasting my energy on somebody who's not gonna put something.
exactly. You on the phone though, you can be like, you feel personal energy. And like, oh wow, like yeah, but I'm like, man, I just really gave you all that. And then they might come back with the same problem and be like, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah,
Put myself through this.
exactly.
Right. Some people are just here for a season.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's not saying like y'all didn't work with each other. You know, you learned a lot from that person, but some people are just here to help you grow in that moment and help you get better. Like, you know, we have a whole bunch of soulmates, whether they
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's different type of soulmates. You might think a lot of people think like relationships. Like, you got soul friends. You know what I'm saying? That you around every day. Even some of your family members, it's like it's soulmates all around. You gotta find people that's fulfilling their soul. You know what I'm saying? Their soul purpose. You can't, because a lot of people out here walking dead. Walking dead.
soulless, they don't have no energy to them.
Exactly.
They just fall in that same cycle. Yeah. I remember the episode of SpongeBob where like the dude, he was just going through, it was Squidward, it was Squidward. He thought it was what he was like happy about, but he was just going through emotions each day. And it's like some people can get like that to the point where it's like, man, I need 50, 60, like I'm tired.
Yeah.
And they searching for happiness.
And that's when they robots do it, bro.
Yeah,
That's you gotta be on, man. You gotta be on, man. You gotta be there. So,
Definitely gotta go against the norms, man, because the norms will tell you that you gotta sit your tail down somewhere and sit your tail down somewhere and take everything that everybody give you, and it's like, nah, like that's not how my spirit can't sit with that. And if my spirit can't sit with that, I can't sit with
right. And that's the intuition. That's just another word for your intuition. Like,
Exactly.
that a lot of people go against it. You can feel when something is good for you, and you can feel when something is bad for you. People try to go against it acting like they got the power. Like, nah, we don't got the power. Listen to that intuition. It's telling you, like you said, to sit down.
Yeah.
That's time for growth. That's time to reflect and see who's in your circle and what places and things like are really a benefit for you.
Right.
But if it's not, like, you gotta listen to that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta listen, but you can't, once you moving around, you don't know, you can't see what's really there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gonna have to sit down. And I've been set this past week, like I've been through like a financial rut. You never shit, I'm always happy, you know what I'm saying? I know how to take myself, but that's another thing.
That's a good trait.
Yeah, a lot of people, you gotta be a problem solver to pick yourself up, but it was a reason why I was set down and I started to reach more people. And it was like, okay, let me sit back. And my mother, she like my guardian angel. Like she gives me everything. Like that's like therapy. When I sit down and talk to my mother, you know what I'm saying? Like she was my strength, and she was just telling me like, you've been set down for a reason. That means more blessings is about to come. You just gotta you gotta stay
your roles, like anybody can be your guardian angel, they gonna sit down and stay with you.
What's real?
Yeah, what's real with you?
Yeah.
Like if somebody, like one of your homies been running around, you know what I'm saying, just causing too much chaos, but you being that person, being that like you ain't gonna just let him, crash them. You gonna be like, bro, nah, bro, you gotta fall back on that, or you gonna have to take a different route. Because like you were saying, that little rut you was just in, like I done faced that countless of times, but now like I sat down last year, I had to really figure out who I am, what am I doing, like what's my purpose. Like I spent the whole 2020 doing it, and even in this year, like it was just kept seeing like you had to sit down though. You had to sit down and just really think about like what is your purpose and why I'm here. I was in such a big rut, and now that I'm out of that, and this year I was in another rut, and this time things are falling in place. I figured out like around the people around me, I had to just slowly fade away from talking to them, and I had to. In the universe, God attracted people to me, the right people, and it was like, nah, bro, you need to focus on that. That's why you was slipping right here. And I was like, all right. And I think my brother, my guardian angel, really my mama and them, my guardian angels too. But my brother, like, he really been telling me from the jump, like, bro, do this, do this, do this. And I was like, nah, my ego wouldn't take that because it wasn't ready. And I'm glad I waited to this point, because now it's just everything's aligning and it's just flooding.
You're mentally healthy now, you're mentally ready,
Yeah, man. Yeah, you have to be before you like even try to retain like any type of like change in yourself. If you're not mentally ready for change, you're not gonna change. Like people can tell you to change every day from now for the next 20 years. But if you ain't ready in those 20 years to change, you ain't gonna change. Right. Some is gonna make you change. It's gonna be that one thing. And it normally is one thing, and people be like, it's gonna take years for me to change. It really don't. You really taking that one thing and happen, and you can change tomorrow. Like no cap. Like, it's really a change of mind. And you can do that anytime. It's just you have to want to.
Yeah, man, I had that whole change when I was 12. Like I was a part of that ratio of elementary kid getting locked up, bro. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I was facing 6 charges, bro, at 12 years old. That really, and a lot of people don't know that story. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they only see the good side. But it's a way that it's a reason. It's always a root of a person of why they act the way they act. And I face so much, but it's like, bro, like I've been through it. I can relate to all people. You know what I'm saying? From the people that went through it. Like even dudes was in the gang or getting in trouble. Like I met so many people, like even coming out of prison and all, because it's like I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been in what I'm saying. Like, I can relate, you know what I'm saying? It's like, cause I can relate to people that want to do better. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. It's like bro, like it's a gift. It's a gift. That's what it is. Cause a lot of people can't relate. They just stuck.
And it can't. And like you wanted to talk to people and actually wanted to relate, wanted to like build a type of like relationship just to make sure that you got that piece of information, because that's all I want. Is for you to get that little piece of information, and don't gotta be nothing else. And I'm cool with you because I feel like you gonna take that and better yourself.
Exactly.
As long as you better yourself after I give me this thing, we cool.
You said information. The key about not holding information, it's gonna fulfill you. Because you trying to hold information. Like, what is that gonna benefit you? You're not gonna be in this lifetime for a long time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So why hold information? If you know your power within, you shouldn't be trying to hold information. You know what you can do.
Regardless.
Exactly.
If you really confident in what you're doing and you really on your stuff, it's gonna happen if you tell Jim, or if you don't tell Jim. But you already got yours. Exactly.
Teach what's been taught. Like,
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Because the only thing that distinguishes a man is consistency. That's the only thing.
That's deep. That's
the only thing that separates a man, consistency. I can teach y'all everything I know, but you gonna have to outwork me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. You gonna have to outwork me. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get, but in the midst of that, we gonna get it.
Yeah.
We gonna get it. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't. With every service that I have, or everything I have, man, I give it out. I take it in. I'm a sponge, but I give it back out.
Yes.
And that's when the blessings gonna come. But at the same time, okay, I give it to you, but let's work.
Facts. You're gonna have to work for it. That's one of the biggest things that Kobe used to talk about was like the only reason that y'all not better than me is because y'all don't outwork me. The minute y'all outwork me, then you can think about being better than me. But until then, you will never make it.
Yeah, and the key to that is passion. You gotta have that passion. That passion going to do what others don't do.
Exactly.
So you gotta find that's the hard part for a lot of people. But if you already got it, you already passed it.
And he said he made a promise to himself, and that's one of the things, like you said, for men, consistency. Being able to set a goal for yourself and continue to like go on that same path to make sure you get that. He said at 13, he was like, he wanted to be the best basketball player ever. So from that point forward, that's what he did. That's how he trained.
Yeah.
So if you want to be the best, like for me, if I wanted to be the best graphic designer ever, I'm gonna have to train like that.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily my path, but I'm just saying if it was, then that's how it should go.
And then once you on a consistent path, you meet up with other people that's in the same field.
Exactly.
It's like how Kobe got close to Jordan, and that's what I'm saying. And that brought another element. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why I say it's power in who you surround yourself around.
It's really your network, man. It's really your network. Your network is your network.
Exactly.
And another thing people gotta understand too, like from the time you was born, it was a reason why you was born, where you was at. It was a reason why you was born, who you was with, because like your whole life, whether you've been in a terrible environment or a good environment, there's a reason why your soul came back for that particular reason.
It's unfinished business.
It's unfinished business. And so, like once you branch and really spread your wings, as they say, essential. Like you have to figure out, all right, who's really with me, who's really against me. You have to find your passion, and you have to be consistent with whatever you're doing. And like you were saying, you a sponge, you absorb the knowledge and you let it go. And that's key too, because a lot of people have this crab in the barrel mentality because they want to withhold it so they can have it all for themselves. But
the face of it.
If all four of us in this room use the knowledge that we had, well, we could be powerful together.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's how
power
team
and numbers be all put our mindsets. So whoever lacked, bro, come on, let's go. We know where we was at. We know where we started from. Let's go. We already, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like we gotta hold each other accountable.
Right.
That's growth. No matter what situation or what status that we hold each other accountable. We gonna grow regardless, no matter what.
And then once I get there, I can make sure that you don't have to go through the same struggle. So
Exactly.
now you're way further ahead than everybody else, and you can go get it. You can hop on the horse and ride.
That's another thing in the book. So the business of the 21st century. He's talking about duplication. Shoot, y'all go somewhere, boom, y'all got y'all show. Man, we go ahead, boom, cause y'all know how to work everything. So now it's time. Time is valuable. You know what I know what you know, so we can save each other time. You know what I'm saying? It's power in numbers. It's power in numbers. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, gotta keep it going, bro.
Definitely, man. Because if, like I said, that's how championship teams are built. You know,
exactly.
If the best player didn't tell them other people how they got to that point, your team will be weak. It's just gonna be you, and now you're gonna have to take on more because you didn't help your team out. And that's why if everybody not gonna have the Kobe mentality, but if everybody trained as hard as Kobe and took in what he was saying to be the best, like, how they gonna stop y'all? If I have a team full of Kobe's, how they can't stop me, whether I'm 5'1" or if I'm 17, like they not gonna stop you.
It's the mentality.
It's the mentality.
We all got it right here. We all powerful. We can do whatever we need to because we gonna push through it mentally.
That's where it's at, bro. That's where it's at. Like power knowledge is really powerful. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge, wisdom. it's better than it, because what Master P said, he said, man, I know how to, if I lose it all, I know how to get it back, because knowledge.
You're right.
That's all.
That's real.
That's what it is, bro.
They tell you can't take that degree from them. You're right, because it's knowledge. Like you can never take the knowledge away from anybody. So the more that you learn out here, the better that you can be, the further that you can go.
Yeah.
And if you're really into helping people, the more that you can help people. Like somebody just taught me about accounting the other day. I ain't know nothing about accounting, dude. But I know how to use QuickBooks now. Like on the accounting level, like facts.
And
so now if I gotta go to y'all and like help y'all with y'all books, I can actually show y'all like, look, this is what this is, and this is why it works that way.
Right. Yeah. You passing, taking it, absorbing the information, and just getting it back out.
Gotta give it back.
Yeah, that's
4 millionaires is better than 1 millionaire.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we can combine that and spread
Yeah,
knowledge.
exactly.
Now we got
8. We got 8 instead of 4.
And 32. And
That's how it is.
Cycle continues.
That's how it is. It's uncut, man. And then I forgot what you said, but I know I'm just put this out there. When your intentions is pure, you always gonna get good deeds back to you.
That love will come
A lot of
Right
people,
back.
a lot of this word I've been really going through, genuine. Genuine, that been a key word for the phase that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Like now I see a lot of genuine energy now. Like you don't want nothing in return. Those people that expect something. I mean, life is transactional. But all transactions is not bad. You know what I'm saying? But
it's not all one side. It's not always one side.
Exactly. 100%. So that's just like back to holding yourself to a high standard. You know what I'm saying? You coming at people like, hey, be real with me. What's your intentions? That's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no you trying to be my friend and then you trying to see what I'm about. Nah, you see what a person really want. And then out the gate. And then that's when we can go further. That'll let you know, hey, we ain't gonna waste no time. My time is valuable.
Especially relationship level.
I knew I was immature when back in the Ville, when a female, I kept hearing different females like, what's your intention? What's your intention? I was like, what you talking about? But now I'm like, okay, that's really important.
That's definitely important because they don't want to waste their time.
Exactly.
Everybody be having stuff going on. It's like when you add another person, you add another energy to what you're doing, it can throw you off. Especially if y'all not aligned with the same purpose.
Exactly. If they not aligned with your purpose, it's time to keep it pushing. I'll see you down the next lifetime, whatever.
Exactly. And it's not bad because maybe y'all just need to grow.
Exactly.
So y'all can do and maybe get back and have the same because y'all both not understanding what it takes to get there.
The old saying, if it come back to you, let it be.
Right. And another thing, like if you love somebody, sometimes you're gonna have to let them go.
Exactly.
For real. They gotta build and learn on their own. If they not vibrating at the same level you vibrating, and they just holding you back. Keep it real.
At the end of the day, like no matter how much you want it, you can never let nobody hold you back.
Exactly.
You can never let nobody dim your energy.
Man, I pray for that, man. Don't let nothing or anything get in the way of my progress. I pray for that. You know what I'm saying? And it opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, to a lot of people. And the right people come to me and be like, she ain't the one, or this ain't for you. Or you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I listen to that. I see what I want, and I saw growing up what I didn't want. So it's like, I'm not gonna settle. I'm living this lifetime the right way. I feel like I've been on this earth for many lifetimes because I got an old soul. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I seen like my pops. Like now, I just had an interview and we was talking. The CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. We was talking about his father. And I felt the same way because it was like now I'm teaching my pops like I'm already surpassed him, and he looked at me like I supposed to be you, but now you got the chance. I'm the third, Charlie Williams the third, and he told the story. Something told me like pops, let's go to the grave site and see. And I used to be scared when I was 4 years old. I used to be scared. They took me to the first time. I always been scared of graveyards. I faced my fears. Went to the graveyard, seen my grandfather's name. But when I was 4, I knew how to spell my name and everything. Man, I looked at that tombstone, I thought it was mine when I was 4. I was traumatized. So when I went back to it, it was like, okay, he told me the story. He told me a story about how my grandfather, he raised himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't even know how to read, you know what I'm saying? And then my pops, he was telling me like, yeah, basically he raised himself. So I couldn't be mad at him over the things that he, you know what I'm saying, he did, yeah. So he ain't know that much.
Exactly.
So now he looked at me and it's like, he looked at me and was like, you remind me of somebody. You remind me of my father.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like it's 3 generations. The angel number 3 is for completion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I felt like I'm living it right. I know I'm alive with my purpose. Like it's lifetimes that I've been and I'm completing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm setting the bar for my children. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like
That's real.
That's tough, bro.
I feel the same way.
That's tough.
I definitely feel like I got an old soul because not a lot of people know this, but when I was in school, I didn't feel like I fit in.
Yeah, good.
And it's not. And people would be like, man, you freshman year, man, you had the clothes on, you was like, no, but I felt like an outcast because the things that I didn't know at the time, but now that I know, and I was able to self-reflect. But at the time, I just felt like I don't really feel like I belong. And you know, and some celebrities, you know, they be seeing like the average person that see them, they be like, man, how you depressed? You got all that money. And for me, it was like, how you had all these people around you, but you feel alone. And I never could figure it out. I even cut my hair. I needed to start something new because I just felt like I needed to make a change. And you know, God's time is always perfect. So it was revealing to me through the times, like as I was able to sit down and reflect. I didn't fit in because like I used that environment to help elevate me, and now I couldn't even go back to that mentality, that mindset I was in, because I was in the wrong mindset, because I felt out of place. Like I was going to school, like I was in my worst times in school because like, and I just felt like I didn't belong. Felt like everybody was looking at me a certain way because I was supposed to be something else, and I wasn't that. That pressure, and they was living their life through me. Like, man, if I was you, man, I would have did this and that, but that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me at all. So, and I know I'm an old soul because the stuff that I like, the stuff that I truly enjoyed, my higher self enjoys, people wouldn't enjoy that around me. So
it was new. It was like you on a new planet. It's like, yo, ain't nobody can get it. But it's crazy. I thought the same way. The music I listened to, and then me and Dre, man, I'm like, yo, like
we met, bro. That jump was like,
this is the perfect music right here. We be taking long rides. Man, he'd tell you, man, we'd take long rides, and the same. If we can vibe to the same music, it's like, okay, now something. Then I met some more people. I was like, oh, okay, you like that? And then I came to Central, and I'm like, my next door neighbor bumping the Biggie. I'm like, oh okay. Now I feel a little comfort. I feel a little safe. It's like it's like that music. It gives like that comfort. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that part of me, like I brought it out a little bit, but I'm like, man, they ain't gonna rock with that. So I kind of compressed that. Like when I get alone, I listen to that. I listen to that music, and as I got older, my catalog expanded because I always felt like me and music was like hand in hand. Like that was always my outlet. I could listen to music for hours and get so much information in my mindset. That's why I had to be like moving forward. I have to be careful with the music I listen to because like I listen to music for therapy, or like I listen to music to help bring ideas to me. And I can't be listening to that toxic music because it's not going to benefit me. It's going to change my whole mindset. It's going to take me back to that place that I don't want to be. And me listening to this beautiful music, like I love live instruments now. Like listen to the saxophone. I can listen to that every day, all day long.
Yeah.
So like, and they can play the same song.
Yeah.
They play the saxophone, man.
Yeah.
That's like, that's a beautiful instrument.
Jazz
So,
music, bro.
yeah.
Jazz music.
I go to sleep with that meditation, smooth jazz and meditation. So I wake up in peace. You know what I'm saying? I go, yeah.
Like I started off playing sports like elementary school, middle school. Got to high school, I was like, something ain't right. Like it ain't fitting.
Yeah.
I ended up doing the band, and it was like it just clicked like that.
Yeah.
Like basketball was like I was working out, but I never loved it.
Right.
So the band, just hearing all the different instruments and how it just made my body feel calm. Like, no matter how loud it was, I was always calm. Okay, it's kind of the same thing. It's just like that. My body just vibrate different.
Yeah. The soul ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, man. Like that's one of the biggest things I wanted to dive into is just like music, like in general, because I found that I listen to a lot of 2000s music because that's kind of like what I grew up in, like being born in like 95. So it's I grew up listening to like all the In the Method Man for real. Like In the Method Man, you had like Ja Rule coming in.
Real rap though. Real rap.
But the music actually, they still kind of held those same values that was coming from the 90s, like trying to give people messages. Like Common. I listen to a lot of Common, Talib, a lot of Blackstreet, but just people who like to talk about how to move through life.
Exactly.
Like Common really be speaking on how to like really put your ego aside, because bro figured that out like very early too, because I was listening to his music when he was in his 20s, and he was figuring out, bro, you really got to put your ego aside to really see who people like genuinely are, because your ego will lie to you. The ego will lie to you. Like a lot of your faces, almost like you're seeing a mirage, like what's really going on.
It's a small world of us, and we gotta come together. Like I met this female that she was like, yeah, it might be, it's 100% of us out here, but if only 60% come together, like we can change the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
the world feel our love with love.
yeah.
Like, we don't, if you hear a song on the radio, they not talking about no love. They talking about getting high as they can off of some unnatural substances. They don't keep it real.
They want you blind.
They want you blind. So like, you know, ain't nothing wrong with getting lifted off some gas, but like your whole song, you talking about destroying, like putting down another black person, but as soon as another race is try to do that, it's like, hell gonna break loose. But no, let's try to come together, you know what I'm saying? And we need to build each other up and come in unity, because like they feeding and they really attacking kids, like but they're attacking the kids. So when the kids listen to this music all the time, that's not no loving music. They grow up thinking like this is the right way to live.
Yeah, like I seen the video yesterday. Like a little group of kids on a party with like 5, 6 years old. They was singing one of the baby songs, but they knew every single word of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do y'all know that?
Did you see the little girl that was crying because this man, NBA YoungBoy, went to prison?
That's crazy.
Bro, she's like 8, bro. Like she's like 8. This young boy, like think about it. She listened to this man's music. Like she was listening to the music on the video and like rapping, and I'm like, this ain't right. Like this is
most of them not even the examples that we need to see. You know what I'm saying?
They grow up.
Actually need.
They grow up wanting to be that person. Like I listen to like a lot of Lil Wayne. Like when I say a lot, it's an understatement. Like
wake up the beats.
Like the reason why I haven't heard a lot, I ain't really listen to nobody but Wayne. Like so, a lot of the music that people would talk, that show me now, I missed out on that, because like from since I was like 5 or 6, I think the first Lil Wayne song I ever heard was probably like Go DJ, and I used to replace the D part with MJ. So I used to just be in the house, Go MJ all day long. Like, and then another rapper I used to listen to in the 2000s, of course, Mike Jones, because it had to. It had to.
All of those are trending.
We share the same name, had to listen to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give you a props.
They'll sing the lyrics to me, it'd be crazy. I don't know the lyrics.
But Mike Jones?
Who's Mike Jones? Like, what happened, bro? What happened? But nah, like that's why I said like music can influenced the kids so much because like the only person at that time I wanted to be like was Lil Wayne. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you hear kids say some wild stuff like, damn, I wish I was born in his house. Like, I wish I was his son. Like, why would you even wish that? Yeah. Like, but you know, kids will say things like that. So it's important that we don't have kids, but when we do have kids, it's important to make sure we're the one raising them, not social media raising them, and not the music raising them, and not the TV programs raising them, because it's a program. Yeah. They gonna program your child.
Yeah, especially you don't get it because you absorb everything easier.
Yeah, my goal into that, I'd say, I grew up in the house. I had to find my heroes outside the house, and it was like, cause it was so much traumatic things, you know what I'm saying? But when my goal is for me, that's gonna be fulfilling when I have kids. They're gonna be like, Dad, my hero. I want to be just like that, or even, but I'm of course encouraging them to be better, like just setting that bar. But like knowing that you got your hero inside the house, man, that's gonna be gold.
That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough to give you the foundation that you need.
And that'll blow my mind because you know, like I didn't grow up saying that about my parents, and that's not a knock to them because they were amazing people. But I was, like I said, bro, I was influenced so much by Lil Wayne that that's the only person I wanted to be like until I became like older, you know, and I actually figured out who I wanted to be, and that's the person I want to be like. As a father, I want my kid to look at me and be like, I'm proud of you, Dad. I want to be like you, Dad.
That's gonna blow. That's gonna blow your mind because it's like you accomplished. That's why I'm selective who I have my children by, and when I'm gonna have kids, like, cause it's like I haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish yet. Of course, when it happens, I'm gonna step up to the plate. But it's like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna go off the right time. Like it has to be the right time. I got things that I want to accomplish. So if the female don't respect my goals, dreams, and aspirations and visions, it's like, you gotta get stepping.
You gotta go.
My mom said, get the step in. Get out of it. You feel her? You gotta get out of it. So it's just like the part of growing. How we was talking about like females, like if she not on the same track, she not trying to benefit you, you gotta be, I know they say 50-50, 100-100.
You gotta
I believe in soulmates, I believe in compatibility. Like it has to be that. The communication, the understanding, the honesty, all of that. Like you gotta be able to take, cause when I feel a certain way, or even when I get mad, not even when I get mad, I'm more like, I'm just honest all the way through. Like that's how I gotta be. And the crazy thing is, they draw more to you when you be honest. Cause man, knowing that a female come to you and be like, I know he gonna give it to me real, cause he always honest.
Right.
Man, that's a achievement. Cause most guys not honest.
Right.
They gonna tell you what you want to hear. They get it run around. You feel me?
Get it run around.
Like, nah, I'm gonna cut it real too easy. You the benefit of when you ain't. Like, gonna keep going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't take that honesty. They want the honesty, but they don't know how to take it.
They just like, why would you even say that?
Exactly. So
I thought you want to be real. I thought you want to be real.
Exactly. Oh, but you hurt my feelings. I can't. You can't say that to me. Nah.
You didn't want me to be real.
Exactly. You know what you want.
You gotta know what you want.
Exactly.
And that's another thing. Like you personally have to know what you want and what you gonna take and what you won't take in order for somebody else, for you to bring somebody else with you. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, and I spoke on this before, like if you don't know how to love yourself, then how can you tell somebody else how to
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't put expectations. Nip said you can't put your expectations on me.
Right.
Like you can't. You put your you can't put your expectations on anybody else. That's why I'm like, man, I've been through some situationships, and it's like, you supposed to make me happy. Man, that's overwhelming.
No,
you gotta meet me. You feel me?
You have
I
just add to it, you know.
I add to your happiness.
Exactly.
Like seasoning.
Exactly. You like drop your label on there, like you will see.
I'm the season.
I'm supposed to sprinkle my flavor. That's it. You know what I'm saying? mix it together, you extra happy.
Exactly. Like whatever you do now, that's why when you sing, I feel like when you single, cater to you, your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Cater to you, like
find out what that is.
Yeah, I got my morning rituals, and it's like, and then a shorty try to, nah, you can't do that. Like, you know, I get up in the morning, I'm shy, I'm bumping the music. She like, nah, you don't need to be doing that. I'm like, what? This shit make me happy. But I'm like, it makes me happy. So it's like, you trying to come in and you trying to wreck all that. Nah, we gonna keep it. I'm gonna limit my time.
This is the smallest. I mean, this is like a big part of my piece, like my routine, and I'm pretty sure your routine is like a big part of your piece. Like you break that routine, and you off. Like you trying to break me. You're trying to break me because my energy not gonna be the same every day. Exactly. So that happened, then it's gonna become another situation to where now I gotta detox. I gotta like get my stuff back. Why am I gonna put myself through that? No, I'm not.
I've been through it. Like me changing my ways was like, I'm exhausted now. Like I'm trying to please you, but I'm killing myself slowly.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me walk up out of there, man. Cause you ain't for me. You ain't for me. And then the people, they try to bash you like, you know, you supposed to do, you had to do this simple thing, but it's like, nah. Exactly.
So that goes with everything that I know and everything that I got in here. So it's not that simple.
But sometimes like you gotta ask them like, okay, I'm supposed to do this, but what about you? Like, what did you bring?
Accountability comes back to that, and a lot of people don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? They always wanna. It's like it's on you, or you made me feel like this way. Like, nah, you're grown. Like,
grown is like, feel that way. Why did you feel that way? Can you tell me why you felt that way? And then we can have a conversation about that.
Exactly.
Like I had to learn that about myself because I would get like I'm getting mad and like just somebody trying to talk to me and I can't really explain to you why I'm mad. I just know I'm mad and I can give you something that I think I'm mad about, but that's not really you really gotta like find and pinpoint your emotions because if you don't know yourself. Like you can't really get it.
You gotta know what's normal and abnormal.
Exactly.
You gotta know what's different from your regular stuff. Like you know that, and this just goes back to paying attention. A lot of I'm gonna go ahead and say a lot of women, they want us to pay attention to them. But what about y'all paying attention to us? Because we go through a lot.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying?
The whole world against us. The whole world against us.
Yeah.
Like black men, like we need a strong support system.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we step out the door, it's bows and arrows shooting at us.
Like we gotta be strong. Like sometimes we wanna feel. We wanna actually feel. You know what I'm saying? We wanna tap in our emotions sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like we all got a balance of masculinity and feminine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah, so we want that balance too. Just like how they should have, you know what I'm saying? But we want that balance, but we gotta come out to the world and put on this persona. Like, like, nah, bro,
what
I feel.
What I would say is, I think it's one of those type situations that on both sides, like for black women and for black men, it's like we have to learn where our place is in society. Like, and I'm not saying like you gotta learn your place, but you know what I'm saying. Like, what are we about to give to society, and what part do I want to play in society? And then from there we can build like our communities, our relationships that we need to build better communities, to build better families, to where we can get those generational quote unquote curses. Just generational curses are just cycles that really just ain't been broken. Like your mom, your grandmother, your great grandmother, your fourth great grandmother was doing that forever and just taught it to everybody. And that's all it was. Nobody told them. So like soon as we can all figure this out as a collective, we'll be good. Because just as much as society is against us, like society do be against the black women also, because they're marginalized like hell as far as everything that they do. So I think like if we can all just come together and figure out what like role we want to play, it'll be a lot easier for everybody to like get up out the mud.
We gotta have that communication of what you bring to the table. Real men communicate. We need to stress that. We need to stress that. Real men communicate.
Absolutely.
Make that jump on the train.
Like trying to walk out the crib. Like that's not cool. If you need to like blow off some steam, and you just need to like get out of the situation and just calm down. That's cool.
Yeah.
But be able to like come back and have that conversation. Why you felt like that? Because if not, those harbored feelings, it's gonna be like
it's gonna add up. You can't push nothing under the rug.
You can, but your conscience is real. I don't care if anybody say they don't got no conscience. You don't got no conscience if you have some type of mental illness. I can feel that. But a regular person has a conscience.
Oh yeah.
And sooner or later that conscience is gonna break. Some people have different breaking points. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has a breaking point. And your actions gonna show what's going on in here.
Exactly. They don't lie. They don't lie.
They don't. They don't.
They don't lie, bro.
They don't.
Like you gotta tap into that, man.
We're trying to be kings and queens. Like we trying to have that in the structure in the household. Like we gotta have that mindset already. We have to walk into that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree.
It needs to be both parties. Like we coming together. We a team. So if you trying to do something, let's focus on that. Let's help build each other up. If I'm focusing on something, help me. I need some help. Like show me what I can do better. And we need to establish that before we even have children, because you don't want to have children. Y'all beliefs. You don't want to have children, and one of y'all are really falling behind, and you trying to help them. They won't even help themselves. So their kids see that, they be like, Daddy's slacking off, Mama's slacking off. I can do that too.
And that's how it go. They're gonna look at that and feel like this is how the family dynamic is supposed to go.
They're not born with habits. They're not born with habits.
There's no consistency in the house.
Exactly.
No consistency in the house.
And they didn't pass that on. Cause like what I feel like my purpose is for raising a child is they didn't ask to be here. So I'm not gonna treat them like they're an accident. They're not an accident. I'm not gonna treat them like a burden. I'm gonna help them fulfill their purpose here while they under my roof. But I'm gonna raise them to certain ideals so they can be strong. So when they face the world, like Dad taught me this, so I can still have his back. Like I can still help him. However, you have to face that on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like you still have to be able to walk all alone. I can't hold your hand for 18 years.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna have to take care of yourself. And not even 18 years. I don't even want to put that out there. Like as long as you need it. As long as you need it. But eventually you got to come out there and sprout on your own. You got to grow on your own. But I'm gonna prepare you as best as I can.
Exactly.
There's gonna be some bumps on the road. That ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm gonna raise you to be the best you that I think you can be. You have to, and they see me grinding, they see me taking time for family too, but taking time to play and taking time to grind and building this up, because they gotta know, like Dad used to be broke. Like Dad coming from like we ain't broke. Nothing. Really, nothing.
That's how I moved out the house. I had nothing. I don't care what my mama gave me. I had nothing.
I had the world against me, and you're not gonna have to deal with that. But however, like you don't even have. I'm gonna raise you to the point where like when you face the world, it's gonna be just another challenge. It's gonna be just another challenge. Like you can get through. You know, it's just like another puzzle. So.
The world is evolving, man, and they're gonna go through things that we haven't been through. But it's similar. It's like everything. It's in a cycle. History repeats itself. But at the same time, like you teaching him, or you teach your child. You teach your child how to like say you lose it all and you can get it right back. That's why most of these people that's getting rich quick and all that. Most of these they
crash out.
Yeah, they going from the elevator up. They ain't taking the stairs. I feel like a real woman gonna want a guy that he's building something from the ground up. He knows how to provide and stay consistent. You can tell a lot about a person how consistent they are with their life. So you building that up. She's like, okay, he builds something from the ground up. He know how to take care of himself, so he can take care of a family. Or he know how to, if he lose it all, he can provide for the family, know how to get it back. You in survival mode. A lot of people on them high pedestals, they don't know how to survive. Man, it's crazy.
Somebody took everything from them right now. They had to get it about a lot of people about. They can't fold.
Yeah, they can't. Like, that's why.
There was no energy put in, no genuine energy put into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when you work hard, how they say, when you work hard for something, it's hard for you to lose. So
Because you know how to work it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to use it. Because you spent time with it.
Exactly.
It's like you nurtured that. So I know how to use that as a tool.
You ain't gonna let that junk go that easy. You gonna
Fight
for
for
it.
it.
Fight for it. And you know, during this journey, you gonna see like the ups and downs. Like in college, I used to pray I had $1 million touch my bank account the next day I woke up. I used to be like, man, can this fall from the tree? Yes, I want to hit the lottery. That's not a good mindset to have either. Yeah, like so your whole purpose is just to get money. There ain't no value in that. Because money is just a tool. And you use money to help you. Because we need money in this world. Not to say that money is not evil, it's what you use it for. However, I used to be like, man, I wish I had this because I wanted it fast. But I'm glad I didn't get it fast. I would have lost it just as fast.
You know, it's crazy you say that. I used to pray for that too. I used to pray for money.
Yeah.
But I got knowledge, I got wisdom.
You got wisdom.
Like it came crazy. Like
That's what you asked for.
I'm showing you how to get it. Like everything that came back to me in knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. Like now, like I just see it like that's my tool. You know, because I'm gonna come across the right people that got it, and my idea is gonna turn into gold.
Right,
That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that.
it's different, bro. But you know, like you say, right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Most high always on time. You know what I'm saying? Like we might want it right then and there. All you gotta do is sit back, just chill, be in one spot, don't be running around.
Exactly.
It's gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come. Even if you just I don't know, you just gotta separate yourself from the materialistic things. Because you can sit in the house and then just walk down the street, man. You might get blessed, or you might see a homeless man that might come at you like, hey, he telling you that real. And it's like,
man.
that's why I don't put nothing past anybody, even when it comes to negative or positive. Because from the positive side of things, man, that homeless man might give you that right wisdom or see you a different perspective of life.
Right.
Man, then you might meet a like that's what I do when I met people that's making 7 figures and stuff like that, and it's like the knowledge that they get, it's like robotic, you know what I'm saying? It's robotic, and it's like once you know, but you know they it's like they was natural born hustlers too. Mm-hmm. Like they use their environment as their best teacher.
Yeah.
No matter who it is, no matter what level you on, the environment is the best teacher. I don't care what you learn from school. I don't care whatever you learn. Life is the best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I remember in high school they told me there was like I graduated, and he was like, well, on the stage, it was like, who's gonna be the most successful person? And they dude got a 5.1 GPA. They like, he's gonna be the most successful, but he never been through nothing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, life hit me gonna crash out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how much you grade that, man, ain't nothing. You gotta survive. There's so many millionaires out here that never went to school. Like,
bro.
Jay-Z, you feel me?
It's like I feel y'all. Like I don't knock anybody for doing good in school, but it's like you can really chill if you wanted to. But if you want to go to MIT, I feel you.
Yeah. But what more you have to offer to the world? You know what I'm saying? I could have straight A's, but that's all I'm focusing on is school. School is only a little piece of life. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to school so I can be the best scientist, or do I need to go to school so I can be the best me? You know what I'm saying?
And they don't teach you that.
They don't teach you that. You don't learn how to be the best you in no class. Can't sign it up. How to be the best you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't sign it up, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy though. But you gotta, man, you just gotta have balance when it comes to you got book smarts and you got street smart.
Yeah, common sense.
Common sense. You gotta have them. That's what I'm saying. Like even if you don't have it, man, your partner, like when coming back relationship, like I believe in partnerships. Ain't no relation. I believe in partnerships when it comes to a show. If she got the book smarts, boom. okay, yeah, let's teach each other.
Yeah.
I got the book smart, you got the, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a partnership. Yeah, it's a partnership.
That's what I like, man.
Yeah.
That's what I like. How did you end up coming up with the idea, like, for your podcast? Like, how did everything turn from just being a brand to, I gotta talk about this. Like, I gotta, like, let everybody know, like, what's going on.
First podcast, a little weird.
Yeah, the first podcast I had, it was LBC vent session.
Okay.
I was like, let me, but I ain't really was feeling that. But then I got it as well. I was like, bro, I need some. That's when I got out of my situation shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I need some therapy. Like I need some type of therapy. I'm like, man, I shouldn't even be paying for my life. My therapy is just me getting my message out, getting what's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Found a couple of guys and my old coach. You know what I'm saying? He had his own L.U.V Media Group, and he went to school for productions. So he gave me the real spiel about how the cameras and stuff work, and I was like, Coach, I didn't know you had all that. He was like, look, come holler at me.
Yeah.
So we made up. He was like, look, we gotta come up. We had a meeting. My guy that he's a certified trainer.
Right.
So he was like, bro, let's do it. At first we was like, okay, let's just get our stories, get our stories out. Let's put our brands out. Then we was like, no, let's come up with a collective brand. Let's just start doing it. And then we had to come up with a name. So how I found a name, I went back to like the LBC. I'm like, it's gonna come to me. Like I can't just be like, you sit down and you talk about the names. You're like, nah, they ain't. Nah, that sound corny.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, I sat back. Like I said, I listened to smooth jazz and meditation.
Yeah.
So I was listening to meditation music. I was just sitting back in the bed at my mother's house, and the John said solace, and I was like, but it was SOLACE. It was regular solace. Then I was like, I always been saying, feed your soul, not your ego.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put soul on the solace.
Yeah.
And then when I screenshotted Solace, it was 223, angel number 223. Back in divine time.
Yeah.
So I gotta get in there. So boom, I go ahead, I searched up the word Solace. I was like, what does it sound? Is it a meaning to that? Solace, it was like energy, completion of oneself. Man, I looked up the meaning of 223, angel number, it said completion of oneself. I was like, yeah. And I was like, completion, it's like it's for therapy.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, we on the road to it. Like we trying to level to it. So I was like, road to Solace.
Yeah.
We on our way to Solace.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Road to Solace.
Road to Solace. I was like, yeah,
y'all
tune
tune in.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Tune in, man.
Shoot, can we book us now?
Real rap, man. Make sure y'all go ahead, Instagram at Road to Solace, and YouTube channel Road to Solace podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like that was it. That was it.
And so, in this next part of the podcast, we like to call it the Fast Five.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is you have like, we're gonna go with 5 minutes.
We're gonna give you 1 minute to answer 5 questions. So you might have to
rapid.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
So yeah, it's called Fast Five. You got 5. You'll have 5 questions. You got 1 minute to answer them, and I'm gonna do the same for you. So y'all got 5 minutes to answer. So I'm about to pull it up right.
Oh, we doing it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you about to grill you real quick.
What does your future hold?
Well,
Do you have any regrets?
no.
You can hold on to one memory.
Me going to college.
But if you could turn back in time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Stay on course. Yeah.
And last one, what's one question you wish I'd asked you, and how would you have answered? Since you like music, I'm gonna ask you. This is the first time ever been done. It's the first time in history, L.U.V podcast history. I'm gonna ask him another question.
We got the bonus question, y'all.
Bonus question. So if you were stranded and can only pick 5 albums to listen to forever, what would it be?
Friday Night Lights, J. Cole.
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Tupac, All Out on Me. And dang, what's a new school? I wanna add a new school in there. Dang, what? Man, J. Cole again.
The latest one?
Matter of fact, yeah. Nah.
Hung on the Hillside, right? No, that's not. That's the name of the song.
Nah. The warm up, J. Cole.
Oh, the warm up.
Yeah. Gotta go back.
Alright, I'm gonna ask you.
Alright.
Of course. Alright, Dre, you ready? Alright, what would you rate your mental health on a scale of 1 to 10?
Smooth 8.
Okay. What are some ways that you boost your self-love?
Self-love. Just music, really. Music is what I need.
Facts. Okay. What fulfills you the most?
Love yourself. Feeling it back the way I get it.
Feel that. What's the best tip for making the world a better place?
Love.
But I'm telling you, y'all, it's the L.U.V podcast.
Love,
It's like real genuine love.
And the last question, what's one question that you wish I would have asked, and how would you answer it?
What should I do for myself? Like, what could I build for myself? I'm
Okay.
partnering with him.
Okay.
Got another partnership, another friend. Like,
Got you.
for myself.
Okay, cool. So what's your partnership with?
For bro Vez, he got his own clothing line and everything.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to shout out the
Oh yeah,
the clothing line?
Pharaoh Vibe Wear. I can get y'all the Instagram. It's long. I don't remember.
We'll have it somewhere. Like,
Yeah, somewhere.
somewhere. And I'm gonna ask you the same bonus question that he asked him. If you were stranded in one place and you only could choose 5 albums, what albums would you choose?
I don't even know the albums. I listen to different bands for real.
Ooh, alright,
That's
okay.
hard. That's unique.
different.
Yeah.
That's
Because
unique.
sometimes I don't want to hear a word. I just want to hear sound.
Facts.
Yeah, creative.
I'd definitely probably take the internet off top if I had to go over there and listen to like all of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the internet.
Anything. You know what I mean?
And maybe Brock Hill did. I might take over there.
Man, like I said, man, we appreciate y'all coming.
Yeah, man.
Coming
Sure.
on,
Sure.
man. Where can they find you? Where can they find both of y'all at home?
Instagram at LBC_visionary. Yeah, make sure y'all tap in. Yeah, I'm only basically on Instagram though, so tap in with that.
Instagram at virgo.kd.
Yeah,
And what's next for y'all?
man, we wanna roll the shows.
Oh,
We trying to complete ourselves, man. We always gotta be a student of life, you know what I'm saying? Always gotta be a student of life, so you always gotta build, learn, collaborate. We gotta come together, small world of same mindsets, and just bring other people along, you know what I'm saying? If they want to be woke, let's get them. No matter what age group, you know what I'm saying? Let's get them.
Facts.
And get
I
'em.
like that.
Thank y'all for tuning in so much, man. This was a wonderful, wonderful episode. It's season 2, you know, season 2. We got the vibes. And remember, it's all love.
And we're out.
Grateful that you faithful.